This lady named Anyaphat lives in this luxury apartment all by herself. No husband, no boyfriend, just her. The thing is, she dies unexpectedly. Matter of fact, it was not just a death, it was a murder. And at this luxury apartment is swimming pool, security guards, and of course, surveillance cameras everywhere. Surveillance in the whole area. You can even see her on CCTV coming to the apartment the following night she was last seen ever. You see her getting into her elevator, and as she's going to her room apartment, she's on the phone with one of her friends. We don't know the friend name because they never came out yet, but she putting her keys into the door. When she closed the door, she will never ever leave that apartment again. You already know what I'm about to say. Go get your snacks. Shout out to all of my supporters for having their snacks. Now look, this background, I know that it's different. It's so, you know what I mean? But look, this case is really scary because things go on in the most unexpected, mysterious ways ever. Shout out to all of y'all for having y'all snacks. Shout out to Corey X Kitchen.
Go, Joe. Here you go, Joe.
Y'all already know what I'm about to say. GGYS. Go get your snacks.
I just started off in your world.
Now remember, when I said Anyaphat was on the phone when she went in the apartment? Well, when she was on the phone with her friends actually heard her scream. The phone was still on, and the friends hearing everything. They know that their friend was in danger, so they immediately left and went to her luxury apartment. Why do I keep saying luxury apartment? We get it, it's a luxury apartment, right? Damn! So the friends rushed to the apartment, but when they got to the apartment, it was a problem. You can't just go there. You have to actually sign in as a guest from the person who lives in this apartment complex. So one of the workers was telling the friends that, yeah, I'm sorry, we cannot let you into her apartment or by her apartment because she must have you signed in as a guest first. The friends are like, well, can you please go check up on her? We heard her scream. Something is wrong. And it was like, okay, yeah, we would check up on her. Now, as the worker is going up to Anyaphat's apartment, he knocks on the door and she don't answer. He assumes that she's asleep. So he says, I'm gonna come back later. He goes back to the desk where the friend's at. Mind you, the friend that Anyaphat was on the phone with, she took another friend with her. I don't know if it was her boyfriend. Probably was, because it was a guy that was with her. And when the worker came down and said, yeah, she's probably asleep, so we're gonna wait a while, the friend was like, no, we heard her scream. You have to go now and check up on her. You have a key? Get in the room. Worker's like, oh, okay, fine. I'm gonna get the master key, which he did, and he got one of those cards that says, be back shortly. Put it on the desk, and the friends go with the worker to check up on Anyaphat. Before he opens the door with the master key, he knocks again. No one opens the door, unlocking it. When he opened the door, the room is completely ruined. And as they're walking around, they finally see Anyaphat. So they go hurry up and rush and check up on her to try to see if she's still breathing. And they do everything in their power to try to wake her up. And she did not wake up because she was dead. And at this moment, the police was called. A serious investigation started to occur, and they needed to check all CCTV because, like I said in the beginning of this video, this apartment complex is full of CCTV. So whoever entered her room has to be seen, right? Okay, now the thing is, I'll be going into these cases blind, so I don't know if this guy is going to be seen on the CCTV footage or not. And I have a lot of questions. How did this creep enter her apartment if it was locked? Was he able to access the balcony and she has a back door, like a glass back door? Because she's not on the first floor, she's not on the second floor, the third floor, she's on the 10th floor. How did this person get in the apartment room? It gets creepy. Let's find out. So this is the layout of her room. Now remember, when they walked in the room, it was very trashy, messy. So the first thing that they thought was maybe this is a robbery gone wrong. But then there was another side that said maybe this robbery looking scene was staged just for it to look like a robbery gone wrong. Now I did brought up CCTV footage, but there was a problem because the balcony is at the back of the building where the swimming pool at. Now they said if there was to exit through the balcony, the only way they could have possibly exited and escaped if they would have jumped from the balcony into the pool. Now we can't even verify that because there's no security cameras in the back of the building. So however how he escaped, if he did escape from the balcony, we couldn't even see it. But immediately they started thinking, well, maybe he didn't even escape from the balcony. Maybe he didn't even come from the balcony. Probably just access her door. So they checked CCTV footage over and over and over, every little time frame of it, just to see if they can see anything and catch anything. By the way, this is how she was laid out. This is a cartoon picture. Both of her hands are laying flat on the floor. She's laying on her stomach and she have defensive wounds, meaning she was fighting back for her life. But the wound that got her the most was the jab to her neck, and this was the reason why there was red all over. Back to the CCTV. As they was checking over and over again, they actually found nothing at all, and they searched her room thoroughly to make sure nobody was hiding. They didn't see anyone nowhere hiding. They checked all around the apartment, and they found some blue shards next to the pool. It was covered in red. They took it back to the lab to test it. So while they're dealing with the shards, they actually found out there was a red trail on her balcony, like on these black poles of her balcony. And this is how the murderer actually escaped. He climbed. So what investigators decided to do was go door to door to door and floor to floor to floor in this apartment complex, questioning people. Did you see anything? Or they just wanted to notice something strange about any neighbors. And they did. A man and a girl answered the door on the 12th floor, and this man had a scratch on his face. It was freshly scratched. And they looked at his hands, because remember when I told y'all, she had defensive wounds as well. She was fighting back. They took him in for questioning, and the girlfriend in for questioning. He immediately says, well, because they asked him, what was you doing the following night, you know, the night that she died? He said, well, my girlfriend was gone and I was doing chores around the house, cleaning up, etc., things like that. Okay, how did you get that scratch on your face? Oh, me and my girl had a fight. When they asked about the scratch, his demeanor completely changed. Everything did. And they noticed that, and they wrote that down. They took note of that. And they just asked him, or did Anyaphat scratch you on your face when you was murdering her? He said, no, I have nothing to do. He denied everything, that he did anything to her. But it's clear as day that this guy is sus. And I have something crazy to tell y'all at the end of this video. Like crazy. When you go to an apartment or a hotel, you will never look at it the same again. After this video, I'm telling you. But I'm gonna wait to the end of the video to tell y'all that, because I don't want to get off topic with this case. We have to finish this case first. So this is what happens next. So he denies everything. Now it's time to question the girl. Let's not waste no time. Let's get straight to the point. Did you and your boyfriend had a fight the following night? She says, what? A fight? Huh? She was completely confused because they didn't fight. So detectives was like, you didn't scratch your boyfriend on the face? No. You know, we argue here and there, but I've never scratched his face. And matter of fact, I honestly don't know where he got that scratch from. He never told me. Oh, they wrote it down. These blue shorts that we found, do they look familiar? Oh, yeah. Those are my boyfriend's shorts. I actually see him wear those a lot. And they see him wearing those on CCTV as well. It's not looking that good for him. And by the way, these results coming in because there was red on the pants. But, you know, they need that evidence. So they already know that the blue shorts is his now. The scratch on the face didn't come from her. He's looking very guilty. But it gets worse, of course, for him. Because the girlfriend also mentioned that he has a gambling problem. Yeah, he was obsessed with money, and it was almost like that's all he can think of. Money. So he had a real gambling problem. So the night before Anyaphat dies, she was caught on CCTV with her green luggage, and it was assumed that he seen this. He seen her leaving. He know that she's this wealthy girl. He decided to climb down from his apartment and sneak in her room. She sadly left her balcony door unlocked, so he was able to walk right in. Now, the time that he decided to climb from his balcony to her balcony, he think that she's gone because he seen a suitcase. He didn't do it right as she left. He did it hours after she left. But when he went inside the room, as he's searching for jewelry and things like that, just things that he can steal, Anyaphat came shortly, unexpectedly. You know, so she's on the phone with her friend, and as she opens the door, he hears her open the door. So he hides. She closes the door, she locks it. She don't know that he's in the room. You know, she's just having a good time talking to her friends, and he attacks her. She fights back, she scratches him all in the face, makes cuts all on his hand, but he overpowered her, jabbed her in the neck, and ended up murdering her. They caught him on CCTV once again, throwing things away the night of her murder. They don't know what it was though, but he had a black trash bag and he was looking at the CCTV as well. You live here. Why are you acting this suspicious? He never done this before. People who live in the area, they don't act like this. But he was coming back and forth, throwing things away. And they knew at this point that there's no way out of this. They got a warrant and they searched this apartment. When they searched this apartment, they picked up this Eminem little statue thing. They broke it open and they found jewelry that belonged to Anyaphat. This was all the items that was in his room that belonged to Anyaphat. He indeed murdered her. He's currently in jail, and if he's guilty, he's gonna face he could possibly face the death penalty. As far as the girlfriend, she had nothing to do with this. She actually helped a lot with this case. And there are some theories that's going around. This happened in Thailand. I didn't tell y'all the location of this area. This did happen in Thailand. But one of the theories is that, matter of fact, maybe them two had a thing. A little sneaky link thing and the girlfriend didn't know. Now, this is a theory. This could be completely off track, off topic, but I've heard it. I don't think it's true, but you know, theories are theories. Remember, I said that I was going to tell you something at the end of this video. Well, maybe like a year ago, I did a case of a couple on a vacation. If y'all haven't seen this video, I got the goosebumps already thinking about this video. I'm about to play this video. This is going to teach you, no matter where you at, no matter how safe you think you is, always keep everything locked.
Hi, I'm Sasha with 407 Apartments TV. I'm here at the Edge Orlando Apartments near UCF. So let's go check out what they have to offer.
She ended up moving somewhere, finding this new apartment, and she lived alone. It was a lot of security everywhere. Well, not everywhere. Basically, a lot of cameras everywhere, and there was even people watching the areas to make sure if something crazy do happen, we notice it and we see it. She was supposed to attend to this birthday party, but she didn't come. The friends noticed it was kind of strange, so they went to go check up on her at the apartment. They noticed her car was still there, and they noticed the present she was gonna bring is in the back of the seat. Now they go in the apartment. I would have been like, y'all, before we go in this apartment, any of y'all strapped? Any of y'all got a weapon? There's no damn way we going in there with nothing. But long story short, they ended up calling the cops and waiting outside her apartment and let the cops search her apartment. So these two officers, they go in her room, they look around to try to look for anything, and they didn't notice nothing. Everything seemed so normal until this one officer looked and he said, "You see that?" And they look and they go in the room, which is her bedroom, and they notice this blanket is folded up odd in this roll shape. But in this rolled up cover, they notice this dark hair coming from it. So they walk up to it and immediately they automatically think that it's her. And when they got closer, they notice a hand sticking out. At this moment that she's probably dead. By the clear signs of her body, they knew that she fought back. She apparently died off of strangulation. She was brutally beaten. The cops had to go downstairs. When they went downstairs, they went with his face. The friends looked at them and they automatically knew that, damn, our friend, she didn't make it.
The suspicious death of a 27-year-old Orlando woman. Sasha Samsudeen's body was found Saturday night inside of her apartment at Uptown Place on North Orange Avenue. Right now, police are not releasing many details, but friends and neighbors say they were stunned to hear about it.
Typical girl, just nice, fun-loving girl.
I guess kind of nervous because we don't really know like how she was killed or if we should be concerned that there's someone dangerous living in our building.
Now, this guy who murdered her, he tried his best to clean up the scene so he wouldn't be tracked. But you left something behind. You left the fingerprint by the toilet seat. The toilet seat was up. You left the fingerprint by the dresser, and you left a comment on the floor. The rapper. Oh, and we can't forget about all of the cameras, since this place is so secured with cameras. What's up, Steven? How you doing? You know a girl named Sasha? Alright, y'all need to really understand this. When y'all go out at night, if y'all going to get drunk, make sure you have people to babysit you, not a stranger. Sasha was drunk. She lost her key to get in the apartment, and like I said, this place is very big on security. They also had a code to get in, but she didn't memorize that, I guess because she was drunk. So, this is important. The code she's trying to use to get in is to get in her apartment room, not her apartment building. I wanted to tell y'all this because I didn't want y'all confused as I tell a story. So, the guy, Steven, who's the security of the place, was babysitting her and walked her in.
Was there any talk about trying to get back together?
We didn't really talk about it, but it was something that I always thought that we would, down the road.
This guy was cleared because his DNA was in a match and his story matched up with what he said, so he was good. Next person. Now this guy named Ben is in interest because the other guy who y'all just seen, he said he knew the password to her iPad. The police had her iPad, so they got the password, and they seen her texting this guy often, and that guy was Ben. The last text message she put on her iPad was Ben.
And you haven't seen her since Thursday night? Correct. When's the last time you spoke to her?
I received a message from her at 5:12 a.m. on Saturday morning. That was are you talking about on the phone or via text message or just anything?
On the phone or text message.
Yeah, text message. The last kind of back and forth we had was around 1 in the morning, but I got a message from her at 5:12 a.m. Just said my name, and then I responded about 16 minutes later, and I never heard back from her after that.
Oh, that was Saturday morning?
Ben, he was just a high school friend. It was good, close friends. His DNA was not a match either, so he was cleared. So then that's when the investigators decide to sit and watch the security cameras every second, every minute of that day she died. What they noticed was this. They seen Sasha walk through this back door with somebody following right behind her. The man behind her says, "You okay?" And she just said, "Yeah." Then on minutes and minutes and minutes, they don't get nothing until they see the security walk through that same door and walk through that same way where that guy and Sasha went. Now, as you can tell in the footage, she's clearly drunk walking in this. So she goes up and then you see her running. One or two reasons. She's scared that the security officer is gonna kick her out the building once again, or she's terrified of him because she know that he's gonna do something to her, so she's running. Then he appears walking calmly like Michael Myers up the stairs, and then now the two are with each other. So they're walking towards the exit with each other, just talking, and then moments later they walk back in the building together. And then apparently they walk back out the building and then walk back in because she remembers the code. And the footage that y'all seeing now, this is the last footage of her. Then moments after that, the guy comes walking out of one of the doors and then walking through the doors. I guess he's just exploring around the place. Sasha's gone. She could be in her apartment. We don't really know what happened. Now, this was moments later. The cop appears and you see him walking. Then one of the investigators noticed something weird. It's morning, around 6 a.m. The timestamps has been up there the whole time. I hope y'all been looking at that, if y'all do care about the timestamps. But it's 6 a.m. now and he's walking with 3 trash bags walking out the building. Then at the end of 6, probably around 6:40, he leaves with his belongings. So that's when the police, investigators, everybody asked them, do security takes out the trash? Is that a normal thing? They said no, it's not. So Steve, why did you really have to? It's like you can't even trust security at this point. Like, you expect them to guide you, make you feel safe going to your room door? No. But for all the guys watching, calm down, let the girls have their moment. Because since nobody else ain't gonna say it, I got to say it. We gotta give the girls more respect. Look at what they going through. Because for them, when it happens, it's so unexpectedly. Now, this is something I keep saying, and people keep failing to do this. The signs was there before this could have ended tragically. One woman, before this all happened, said, this dude was creepy. Like, he followed me back to my home, and I didn't even need him to follow me back home. He followed me back. She reported it and everything, and everybody knew about it, but they did nothing. The signs, even though it's sometimes small, is always there before something tragic happens. Majority of the time. So if you somewhere you don't know and you kind of suspicious of somebody, ask around. Because that person might back you up with some little info to help you out to probably save your life, because you never know. Now, when this guy was taken in, he was denying it. Obviously, they made him take the lie detector test.
This is huge. And this is, did you enter her apartment? I didn't. All right, well, so that means there's something there. There's something that you're not telling the complete truth about. 0.003% chance that the result was produced by a truthful person. And 0.003% chance that you were truthful on this stuff today.
Now, if y'all asking, okay, y'all seen him with the trash bags, the case closed. Well, he said, I seen the trash bags lying by somebody's door, so I just picked it up and threw it out. I did them a favor. Well, look, Steve, guess what? That trash bag were the same items when we checked that trash bag that was in the building that you used to clean it up. Not only that mark on your body, all of them marks on your body, well, we know that was from the fight because she was fighting you. We know she had marks on her body as well. Also, your footprint. The shoe you wore is the same. It matched. The fingerprints around the building, it also matched. At this point, they needed to figure out how did he enter her apartment because she didn't let him in. This is where it's about to get real creepy. They noticed on his phone, it said from 4:56 a.m. to 5:01 a.m. He was trying to figure out how to reset the passcode on her door, and make something new that he know, which he did do. So now that makes sense why she forgot her code, and because she was drunk, it just made even more perfect sense that she forgot her code. All along she didn't. So she couldn't get in her apartment room because he changed it. So while she was lying down, when she finally got in her apartment, because he security, you know, so he know how to get in the building, he found a way to let her in her room. She locks her door thinking nothing, lays in bed, and then he sneaks into her building because he changed the passcode. And watch her while she's laying down. The condom was there because he did sexually assaulted her, and he did beat her. She put up a fight. Y'all see the bruises. And then he strangled her. And then he bought the bleach and then all the cleaning supplies to try to clean it all up. And then that's when he left the building with the trash bags. The person that she could count on while she was drunk, she couldn't count on. The security. I really do hope this video wake y'all females up even much more, because I know my videos do. At this point, look, I'm very sorry if my videos give y'all kind of like PTSD, but it's the truth. Like, this is what goes on in the world, and it's better to know than to not to know. And that's why it happens to people, because they just don't know. They not aware.
Y'all see this, right? No. Get away from my door.
Right now, I'm at a hotel. And a lot of creepy things been going on this hotel a lot.
In the moment of going to the hotel, the scariest string of events that I had ever experienced.
To make a long story short, in this room every night that I've been sleeping here, somebody has been standing in front of our door. Let me explain. At nighttime, I always hear noises right in front of the door, and we see a man just standing there. Apparently, this is a very real and true thing. Not with just women, with anybody.
Front desk clerk at a local hotel for her courage in helping save a woman's life from trafficking.
The 22-year-old's attention and intuition helped save a woman's life.
Now, you may be thinking, if you're not thinking it already, because this is what I was thinking, if they know you in a hotel with the door locked, why do they want to purposely come in, unlock the door, knowing that they're gonna have to fight you off or anything like that? Whoa. If this person has a gun, you're gonna do whatever they tell you to do, especially if you don't have one as well. With that being said, even though hotels is a public place with a lot of other people there, it is a bit odd how someone could be in a hallway under your door trying to unlock it without nobody else seeing or telling authorities that's around the building or calling 911. Traffickers book hotels to look for vulnerable people all the time.
But there's one major sector where traffickers tend to hide in plain sight: hotels.
We know that sex trafficking takes place in hotels and hotel rooms. We also know that individuals working at hotels can be in situations of forced labor.
And people have this idea that traffickers look like creepy people, that if you see one, you're gonna know it's one. No, matter of fact, he might look just as young as me. Maybe prettier, maybe beautifuler. Seriously.
Did you know over 40 trafficking lawsuits have been filed against hotels?
Yeah, he just opened my door.
And some hotels are even known to give them MasterCards that open every door.
He opened the door and I have it latched, and he said, "Come to the door." And I said, "What do you want?" And he said, "There's an emergency regarding your car."
When I heard the person, I ran out the door and I knew that they immediately took the stairs. As you can see, I started running because I wanted to catch the person, but I opened the door a little bit too late and I didn't get a good shot of him. But as you can see, I got somebody walking down the stairs. Okay, so right now it's 2 in the morning and I want to show y'all what I'm hearing right now. I'm the only one in this room. because y'all probably think I'm tripping. I'm gonna show y'all that I'm not tripping. And there's a creep in this hotel. Now, if someone stare at you, don't think that they want to kidnap you. Well, it's possible, but more than likely, it's just because you're probably beautiful to them. Probably look weird to them. People like to stare at me a lot because of my hair. So you don't really know why people stare at you. Do not take it seriously. If anything, what you want to look for is how someone is holding their phone. Does it look like they secretly recording you? If not, just go on about your day. But you do want to look for the groups that like to hang around hotels. And these groups, like I said, they look very normal. They look like they wouldn't hurt a fly. They just be chilling in a group, friendly group. And if you're a girl, you're a tourist, and you're walking alone because everything is so next to each other, so you know, you leave your hotel and you walk to where you need to go, be careful because they're gonna know if you alone or not. Just like how somebody may not want a hotel, they may want to go to an Airbnb and not know that they have a lot of hidden cameras inside of this Airbnb, because people do these businesses for the wrong reasons.
We just found out we were being watched in our Airbnb. In the bathroom, one of the outlets was faced directly to the shower. Okay, so first of all, this outlet did not work. You couldn't plug anything into it. You can see in the top here, there's nothing. Looks totally normal. And then in the bottom one, look at that little camera.
It could be the same thing for hotels, except, yes, some hotels have hidden cameras.
This manager placed a hidden camera in a floor vent in a bathroom. And this family says they found a hidden camera in their hotel room.
How you doing? You never thought of a hotel being built just for trafficking. So right now, I want to give y'all a little taste of how creepy this hotel look. Don't that remind you of the two girls standing in the hallway?
Come and play with us forever.
Always travel in groups, never single. Don't leave kids in hotels if you don't know the staff. Watch for people in hotel lobbies not to be followed. And move cautiously if any vans pull up.
Just maybe you go into a hotel and everything is perfectly fine. Everything looks normal. You see all of these people renting out rooms, and you see that there's maybe little kids all around the area running around. So everything seems perfectly fine around this hotel. Well, what if all of these rooms purposely get brought out? So everybody in this hotel you seeing is a part of this trafficking situation, and you have no idea.
It was really scary. Was really shaken up. I felt like trapped in that room. They sent an escort to get me out of the room because it was so freaky, and the escort came and he was freaked out and he was like, I'm thinking maybe I should just get a police escort.
Everybody just looked like strangers. Everybody looked like they just belong there and they're traveling, but it's not how it seems. Now, I know that this is dark, but when you have multiple people going to hotels and end up missing and never returning and vanishing without a trace, it just makes you think a little bit more.
Her body was found in a room on the 6th floor of the hotel. We don't know yet how she died or how she got to the hotel.
I just gave somebody the best movie idea ever. These days, we hear crazy stories every single month. If you stay on TikTok long enough, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Now, there's a way to avoid this when you're in a hotel alone, or maybe you with family. Now, if you're in a room and if the latch is not at the top of the door, if you just have a handle and you could lock it from there, what you can do is a towel. When these people get whatever this is under the door trying to unlock your door.
Because this is going to prevent anyone from sliding anything through that door that could then pull that lock back and allow them to enter the room.
And a towel wrapped around the handle of your door. I'm only saying this for the people who really might have trauma. Even if they've never been through this, you just might have trauma of this even happening to you and you want to prevent it. You wrap it around your door so that way you know that the towel wouldn't loose up and fall out while you sleep.
Second, I always travel with a sticky roller, but I'm also going to wedge it right there at where the door meets the floor, because no matter how hard you pull or push, it makes it impossible to break that resistance and open the door.